morning, everyone. Welcome. So glad to have each of you with us today, and all of those who are joining us online as well. Let's open our service this morning after that beautiful prelude. Let's join together in unities in the peace prayer. Together. On this day and every day, we dedicate ourselves to peace on earth. We accept ourselves without harsh judgment and express appreciation for our individuality. We live without fear and meet the events of this day with confidence. We accept others without prejudice and experience a sense of unity with all people. In harmony with ourselves, our lives, and all others, we live this day with a peaceful mind, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful spirit. And so it is. We have a wonderful song for all of us to join together and sing. It is one that speaks to the divine truth that we all are one. So let us join together as we sing Weave. This is to remind us that even in the darkest nights of our soul, there is a light. It is the light of God. And that light of God burns forever. It is always there to illumine us. And as we connect to God, we bring that energy of God, our awareness of that energy of God, into ourselves. In unity, we call that the Christ candle. And we recognize that the Christ lives within everyone. It is the essence of God. And no matter what you may call it, no matter if you believe in Jesus or not, you still are a child of God. And we will love you and we will respect you. And we behold that divinity that is the truth of your nature. So at this time, let's pray together and do our statement of being, which is up here on our screen. And if you know it at home, please join in with us as well. And then we'll be followed by the mission statement. Together, there is only one presence, one power, in the universe and in my life, God, the good omnipotent. In Unity's mission statement. Together? Unity of Sebring is the radiant expression of the Jesus Christ message of truth, light, and love, shining forth to welcome and bless us all, quickening in each person an awareness of inherent value, worthiness, and purpose. At this time, do we have any newcomers joining us today in-house here? If not, if you're joining us online, we do, right back over here. Let's welcome our newcomer this morning. And also we welcome all of you online today who may be your first time in joining us, or maybe a second time. We are so grateful that we can connect through all these different ways. Now, after service, there is a welcome packet out there in the lobby, and so please make sure you pick that up and take that with you. If you have any questions at all, let us know. There's a card on the front of that. If you'd like to fill that out, just give it to one of our ushers as you are leaving, and let us know if you want to be on our mailing list. We have two ways in which we communicate, either email or through snail mail, is what some people call it. And so please just let us know if you'd like to be connected to us. We're not going to fill your inbox or your mailbox with a bunch of stuff. But instead, what we're going to do is we'll let you know any updates that we have when our newsletters and things are produced. All right? Great. So now, we're all going to sing a wonderful song. And it's a song to welcome our newcomer here and online. Let us all rise as we sing, "We Are All Friends Here," and discover that's the truth. We are all friends here. There are no strangers once you walk inside that door. We welcome you to linger in our family of love and hold you in our hearts the way you are. Take a few moments and greet one another. Again, welcome to Unity. We love you and we bless you and we appreciate you. Unity produces a little book. It has been producing this book for well over 100 years. It is called The Daily Word. It is translated into I can't tell you how many different languages. It is all over the world. You may not recognize it if you are not a part of Unity, but it is there available for you. Just as God is always available there for you whenever you need an upliftment. So for today, though, our word for today is healing for November 8th, 2020. And our affirmation today is, I embrace the healing flow of divine life. Now just take a deep breath. Get yourself centered in. And let's affirm this divine affirmation. Together, I embrace the healing flow of divine life. Again, I embrace the healing flow of divine life. If my body experiences any kind of health challenge, I turn within to release all fear and all concern as I affirm that illness is not part of my true identity. Now, this is not denying where you may be right now, but in our prayers, and in what the daily word here is indicating, is that we go within to connect to the divine truth of who we are, whether we are manifesting it or experiencing it right now or not, but to align ourselves to that divine truth. I remember that wholeness is my birthright as a spiritual being. I surrender any anxiety as I fill my consciousness with healing thoughts. My mind's eye sees every cell of my body aglow with the energy of divine life. In prayer, I express appreciation for all of my body's marvelous functions. I commit to taking time to bless my body with rest, exercise, and good nutrition. I speak affirming words of truth to encourage my body's healing response. I give thanks for the healing that I know is already on its way, and I am grateful to receive healing and know wholeness. And John 10:10 reads, I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. Again, our word for today is healing, and our affirmation, if you'll join with me just one more time. Together, I embrace the healing flow of divine life, and so it is. Our wisdom quotes this morning is, I go within and connect with that part of myself that knows how to heal. We don't deserve resolution. We deserve something better than that. We deserve our birthright, which is the middle way, an open state of mind that can relax with paradox and ambiguity. Ambiguity, by the way, is a quality of being open to more than just one interpretation. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. I have a disclaimer on today's lesson. Here we go. Well, what's the fool going to say today? I always said I wanted to do that as a lesson title. Whatever the fool says. So it is a lesson title. But anyway, today's lesson was written before anyone knew who won the election. Now, this is not about politics. This is really about our lives, okay? And how we choose to live our life. Next. So the lesson title is The Road to Healing. So I'm just going to do a quick check-in, and I want you to check in with yourself as well. Where are you right now? Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually? Are you in balance? Or are you a little off? Are you a little edgy? Are you a little angry? Are you a little mad? Let's take a look at the lesson. Today's lesson focus applies to not only if you are upset with the election results, but any time you find yourself upset. Many people think of healing as having to do with just the body, but that's not entirely true. It's not fleshed out enough. We limit things all the time. Healing of the body also depends on us to heal our thoughts and emotions. So I have this question for you. Jesus asked the same question. Do you want to be made well? Do you want to be made well? Today I'm asking for you to explore and heal your thoughts, feelings, and emotions in order to restore peace to your mind and body, soul, and spirit. After all, every one of us and everything is connected. Now, we may not know that, we may not see that, or we may know that, but don't know that. But the truth is no matter what, we are all connected. We are all one. Period. Now, so let's start with this. Are you mad or upset because the president-elect is not who you wanted to win? Now, these are just questions. Just quickly, we're going to go through them. Did you know that by entertaining thoughts and emotions of being mad will drive you there? Tina and I always have this thing. She says, you're driving me crazy. And I said, well, I can't drive you someplace you already are. And that's why I ended up in the hospital. However, in truth, the most important question is, do you want to stay upset? Do you? Do you want to be made well? Do you want to be healed? Let's take a few moments and let's take an honest one. And this is kind of like in the 12-step program, doing a little inventory. All right? If you are one who is upset, what are you going to do with that? If you're the one who is upset, when you're upset, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to lash out in word and actions? I know people. I've already heard people lashing out from their anger. Are you going to hold a grudge, just waiting for them, or waiting for the day to get them back because you think that they did something to you? Are you going to hold your feelings in, or are you going to process them in order so you can move ahead? Are you going to remain stuck, being mad and upset? I know people who got mad in 1957 and they are still angry about something that happened that far back. Now, who's the one who's suffering? They are. Don't be like that. If you have a choice. Next. Or are you going to move on and forgive those who do not think or act like you? Now, there's a lot of people who are stuck on, I am never going to forgive them for what they did. Who are you punishing? Who are you punishing? Are you going to blame those people out there for your happiness? Man, I tell you, I hear a lot of that. I had even been there. I'm mad at you, and sometimes I carried it on until I realized what I'm doing. And that's what today's lesson is about coming to an awakening. Next. Or are you going to stop scapegoating and take responsibility for your own words, feelings, and actions? Now, that's a big, big, big jump. A lot of people have a hard time with that. Taking responsibility for their own thoughts, feelings, and actions. Because if you are outer focused and believe the world is doing it to you, rather than you are living your life and expressing that into the world, you get yourself all turned around. Are you going to judge yourself for holding such thoughts? Are you going to work toward not being so judgmental of yourself and others? Because you know what judgment does, right? We know what our judgments do. And some are just. Some are just judgments. But just judgment itself, you are throwing out into the universe for you to experience. Next. Are you going to continue to live in fear? I have talked to many people who are very fearful about what's going to happen next. Are you going to live there? Are you going to live in that? Are you going to promote that fear? Or are you going to do something else? Or are you going to rise above and meet that challenge to say, whatever is happening out here, what I do today will help create a better world, whatever that may look like for you. Do you want to continue to live in your upsets? This is like almost always the same question, but I want to take it from all different angles because it'll speak to different people. So do you want to continue to live in upset? Or are you going to accept what is and move forward from there? This applies to everything in our life. You're going to be mad at someone in your family? Are you going to just accept that that's just how they are right now? Can you just allow them to be? Can you allow somebody in your life who is very, very angry to just be angry without you responding to it with anger? Trying to get them to see it differently? What happens if you just create an opening for them to express what needs to express, what you need to express? Create an opening for that. And then let it up and let it out and then move on. The choice is yours. Next. Remember that the definition of insanity, which I am probably insane, but the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I've done that for years until I realized what I was doing. Have you realized yet that you were maybe doing that to yourself? Next. One of the greatest gifts, and I mean this is one of the greatest gifts, once I got this truth into me, till it resonated the first time I heard it, but I wanted to always kind of like push it off to the side. But this truth is that God has given us a choice, which comes from the field of unlimited possibilities. You create what's next. It is from that realm, from right in this moment, right now, you're going to create what's going to be coming up next. For you and the people around you. Next. But remember, the choice that you make, or choices that you make, will only affect you. And will not only affect you, it will also have an effect on others. Next. Sometimes we get this attitude as well. I've heard this, well, I don't care what anybody else thinks. Well, you know what? That sets you apart, doesn't it? And it really kind of closes the door. And maybe that's where you need to be right now. I'm not going to sit in judgment of that. But just be aware of what we do as humans. The left wing and the right wing belong to the same bird.
Yeah.
Next. Now, if you see life from only one perspective, you become disconnected from the truth. Some people say, I'm going to hold on to this, I'm going to hold on to this, I'm going to hold on to this. But what you are doing is that you're not understanding that there are other realities with every person that you meet. So you become disconnected from the truth and the current state of reality when you see life from just one perspective. Do you want to close your mind and miss the good that is still possible? When our thoughts are locked into one-way thinking, we create more conflict, separation, and division. And I ask you, is that what you want? Life can truly be like a peaceful river, flowing. And you can lay on your back on a raft, and you can flow with the river. You can notice the beauty that surrounds you. Or, life can be like a raging river. And sometimes that's where we are. Next. But no matter what, life will continue to flow. However, if you have an open mind, you get to choose how you experience it. Think about that. Next. I sit and I observe what is transpiring around me. And I'm sure that many of you have done the exact same thing, especially in this school. But eventually, I came to the place where I asked myself to choose one way or the other. Am I going to be this or am I going to be this? And then it realizes that life is never black and white. Life is really lived in the middle. So, do I take the road that is familiar, the way I've always done things that have never really worked, or do I try a new one and take the road less traveled? There is a place in consciousness where everything is in balance. Just know that. At times we forget that. But in consciousness, in the world of God and Spirit, there is always balance. Now the Buddha called it the middle way, living your life in the middle. Next. In Christianity, the middle way occurs when we disengage our minds from a consciousness of duality and live from our Christ center, where we practice unconditional love. Not always easy. Jesus was not always successful with it either. And I say that because remember the story of him going into the temple and being angry and flipping the table? We all do that. Next. The interesting part to me is, will you choose the middle way by practicing unconditional love, or are you going to add to the world of separation and division? Next. Are you going to take the road less traveled? Two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Fortunately, and I mean this truly, fortunately, we do not have to follow the road to pain and misery and destruction when we practice what our daily word spoke of just last Friday. Last Friday's daily word was amazing. It just, hit me well. Next. And I'm going to read that to you. And breathe and listen. Our affirmation is, I am peaceful and calm as I let go and let God. Join with me in that affirmation. I am peaceful and calm as I let go and let God. When something is beyond my control or I'm facing a challenge and don't know what to do, the most productive thing I can do is to let it go. I might write down my thoughts and then tear up the paper. Better still, I can take a moment to mentally step away by turning to God within. I concentrate on my breathing and my heartbeat as I feel my oneness with God. And in this sacred connection, I release all. I'm going to invite you to do that right now. Whatever you are concerned about, whatever it is you may be upset about, or whatever it is you may be celebrating, take a deep breath and just release all of it. Just release yourself from the quagmire of your thoughts. In this moment, I let go of anxiety, and I discover renewed hope and peace rising within my soul. I continue to let go and let God whenever negative thoughts come to mind. I relax. Everybody take a breath and relax. Giving thanks for grace and goodness in all its forms. Romans 8:28 reads, "We know that all things work together for good for those who love God, who are called according to his purpose." Again, our word for today is let go and let God. And again, the affirmation, join with me one more time. I am peaceful and calm as I let go and let God. So in closing, if you're having a challenge in your life, no matter if it has to do with what has transpired this week, or there's someone in your life that has upset you, or you're just generally angry. You know, I think we kind of carry that around with us, not even knowing sometimes, until someone gets in your face and you just go off and go, where did that come from? You see, we carry these things with us. So in closing, I want to share with you the original and the full serenity prayer. We all pretty much know the first part of it, and if you don't, then, listen and see. And I just want you to know that it has worked for me. It has worked for millions and millions of people. So this is a very powerful prayer, and it will assist you and help you in your journey, no matter what it is, or wherever you are in your life. The original and full serenity prayer is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. It goes on to say, living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace, taking as he did the sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that he will make all things right if I surrender to his will, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever and the next. So I affirm that you and you and you and you and all of us, that we follow Jesus' teachings and follow and observe his example, just the way he lived his life, by listening to your inner guidance. The choice, my friend, is yours, and your choice will affect and impact us all. So to leave you with this, Leviticus 19:18, as a guide for us whenever you find yourself in the midst of anguish. You shall not take vengeance or bear a grudge against any of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. Powerful. Truthful. I invite for you to experience it. Namaste. So now comes our time of meditation this morning. we have a beautiful song, and I know that all of you here know it. Well, maybe our newcomer doesn't, but for the most part we all do. It is a Daniel Nahmon song entitled Inside, and I like to title it Inside to Find My God. So let us use this as a time to open ourselves up to the healing flow and the energy of God that lives within us. Adam? It is not of ourselves, but it is the Christ presence that lives within us all that does a great and mighty work. And God, we recognize what a privilege it is to unite in sacred meditation, to unite in love. I invite you to journey inward to an awareness of your pure potential. It is a field of divine possibilities. Visualize fertile soil in which you can plant seeds of faith and harvest divine blessings. Being attuned to and in alignment with the presence of God, you clear away any debris your thoughts and open the field for you for new growth. Enriching the soil with thoughts of gratitude, I invite for you to give thanks for the goodness in your life and make way for even greater blessings. Breathe. Allow yourself to be centered in faith, where you sow your prayer seeds. What do you desire? Throw it out into the fertile field of consciousness and allow them time to germinate as you enter into that holy of holies that is the truth of who we are. Centered in faith, those seeds that in time will blossom, grow, and bless me and the world. Immersed in the stillness of your soul, you experience absolute peace. Peace, be still. Peace, be still. And know that God is with you. Let go of any outer concerns as you move deeper into your time of oneness, your time of personal communion with your God. And in this place of stillness at the center of your being, your yearning for peace is met as you fully perceive your oneness with God and with all creation. Breathe. The rhythm of absolute peace moves through you now, through every breath and every sensation. Experiencing your unity with God and with the universe, you feel blissful, content, at ease as you rest in these quiet moments where you are in harmony with God and with all that is. Breathe. God and I are one. God and I are one. I invite for you now to affirm, receptive to the guidance of Spirit, I move forward with confidence. Receptive to the guidance of Spirit, I move forward with confidence. Centered now in the consciousness of peace, I invite for you to open your heart and your mind to the infinite wisdom of Spirit. Breathe and rest in the assurance that inspiration, discernment, and direction that you seek are being revealed to you in their perfect and proper way and sequence. Answers like seedlings bursting through the soil. Everything in this world is unfolding according to God's divine plan. Breathe. Allow Spirit to illumine your mind. Ask Spirit to help you clarify your perspective. Allow Spirit to brighten your outlook. Secure in the wisdom of Spirit, return to a moment of silence and breathe and make a space for God to direct you, to guide you. Healing energy flows throughout my body. Cell by cell, I am transformed. Affirm with me that divine state of truth. God's healing energy flows throughout my body. Cell by cell, I am transformed. I invite for you now to give thanks for your body temple, which enables you to fully experience the physical world. These magnificent creations respond to the healing energy of God within you. Your body is constantly being renewed. Breathe. Turn your awareness to the healing energy of God at work, already at work within you. Open yourself up to sense this energy flowing through every system, organ, and tissue, establishing perfect health and divine order. Breathe. Claim healing and affirm strength, wholeness, and freedom for yourself and others. You are restored. You are revitalized in every way. Immersed in the healing energy, return to the peace of God that awaits you. Breathe and allow. With a thankful heart, I anticipate and accept God's abundance. Join me in that affirmation. With a thankful heart, I anticipate and accept God's abundance. With a thankful heart, I anticipate and accept God's abundance. The truth is, God is your source of all good. You are a channel through which abundance flows. So open yourself to the divine flow in these quiet moments, just like the stream that gently flowed in that earlier slide. Breathe and welcome the full expression of prosperity to your life. An ever-renewing cycle of abundance nourishes and fortifies you. you are consciously aware to sow only good seed that will bless you and bless all others in all circumstances. Breathe. Allow yourself to be receptive to God as being your source. Give thanks for what you already have. And be open for the continued abundance that is awaiting your acceptance. Breathe. In unity with one another, we are creating a world of peace. Affirm with me, in unity with one another, we are creating a world of peace. Again, in unity with one another, we are creating a world of peace. Your thoughts, your prayers, in these times of meditation, draw you and me closer together. And in this shared experience, we feel our oneness with all people, just as sure as we feel our oneness with God. Breathe. Breathe and recognize others as children of God. And when they are hurting, be the love that they need. Listen to where they are and love them no matter what we share. I invite you to see all humankind as one family because it is the divine truth. I invite for you now to send blessings of love, peace, and understanding and a willingness to grow to everyone around the world. We sit in faith and not fear. We step above responding by taking action instead of just reacting. In these quiet moments, I invite for you to affirm new opportunities to work in partnership with others. You see, everyone is guided by God to one degree or another. And I invite for you to share your rich experience of harmony, prosperity, wisdom, love, peace, and well-being to all who are around you. Breathe. We recognize that time spent with God in meditation always yields abundant goodness. We hold to this truth as our meditation comes to a close. Breathe with renewed energy and enthusiasm. We are ready to move forward with the activities of our days, knowing that we can return to this inner holy place, the field of divine possibility, the field of divine love and peace, the field where wisdom and guidance is made available whenever we choose. For this is a sacred place, a place where we co-create with God to bring the good desires of our hearts to fruition. Hearts of divine blessings await us as our sacred practice continues. Now give thanks for these precious opportunities to connect with God as we end our meditation this morning. Breathe and gently return to this time and this place as we sing, I am so blessed.
So blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed.
With us each moment of the day. So it is. Quickly want to get into our announcements this morning. The first one is thank you. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for joining us online. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your tithes, your offerings. And we're just so very grateful. Now, if you'd like to make a contribution, there are a couple ways in which you can do that. So let me just quickly go on to. You are invited, if you would be so kind, to send a gift to us. Make it out to Unity or Unity Life Enrichment Center, whichever works for you, at 10417 South Orange Blossom Boulevard, Sebring, Florida, 33875. Now, you can also go to our website, and our website is www.unitysebring.org. And at the bottom of the homepage, right below where this lesson will be posted sometime by tomorrow, there is a PayPal button you can do and give through that as well. We greatly appreciate every gift. Since we have been closed, our income has not been as much as it has been, and so we really, truly want you to know how much we appreciate it if you would give us a gift. Now, if you are with us in person, our offering baskets are located out at the front door, and our newcomer pack, don't forget, is over on the left-hand side. Pick up a pack and take with you, all right? Now, if you want information regarding attending Unity, please contact us through email. This is really the best way, unityofsebring@gmail.com, pretty simple, unityofsebring@gmail.com, or call us at 863-471-1122, and we'll get back to you just as soon as we can. For now, we are not going to form a circle at the end of, for our closing song, but instead we will sing it in place. Please be mindful of leaving today to practice social distancing. I don't know if you've seen the numbers in our area that have been rising, so we really, truly want you to be safe. So please practice social distancing and do what you need to do to protect yourself. Okay? For the foreseeable future, we will continue to offer Sunday service on Facebook for those who choose to stay home and those who find it difficult to wear a mask throughout the service. And I know that there's many. I've had many say, I come to service, but I can't wear a mask. I got that. We got that. We're not having any problem with that. So follow, do what you need to do. That is why it's so important. Now, today's service will be posted on our website for those who are not on Facebook, and just to, again, www.unityofsebring.org. So go there and you will see the lesson. Now, if you go there today, you're going to get last week's lesson, which is not a bad thing, let me just tell you. It was a good lesson, I've been told. Some classes and support groups are returning. Mask wearing for classes is no longer mandatory, but we highly recommend it. If you have any questions, check with your class facilitators. And these classes and support groups are Unity, or we have a candlelight AA group that meets here on Sundays at 4 and Wednesdays at 6. So if you need some support in that particular area, please come and join us. It's an open meeting. And what you hear there and who you see there stays there. Monday morning with God Study Group has restarted at 10:30 a.m. They have a new book called Transcending the Levels of Consciousness. Very, very interesting book. Monday evening at a new time, we host a yoga class here with Dagmar Jones. Now, walk-ins are $14 per session. Monthly passes are available for $40, and those passes are good for 2 months. And I believe the class is an hour and a half long, so that's really a deal, folks, all right? Now, the Quest group, which is another study group, is studying the book Unveiled Mysteries, and they start at 6 o'clock p.m. on Thursdays. Change of Pace is who we are supporting this month with our tithes and our offerings. And this is a marvelous group. It's actually started by people from within this church to provide some respite care for those who have some memory issues. Their program is unlike anything you ever could imagine. It is so good. So let us support this. Now, one way you can support if you don't want to write a big check or whatever, we have wristbands, and they're available in the bookstore for a donation of $1 or greater. Okay, so get a wristband and wear it proudly. All right, know you are doing some good. Daily words are also available in our bookstore, and also we're asking that only 2 people at a time enter. All right, CDs of today's lesson are also available. Just give us a few minutes to get them copied for you. Any other announcements? Let's all just pray. Breathe in. And Larry, could you bring the prayer box forward? Oh, Kim. This has been a rough week for a lot of people. And no matter where you are, and no matter what you believe, thank you, and no matter what your reaction is, I want you to know that we love you, and that we care for you, and we appreciate you, and we hold you in our highest thoughts. We see divine order unfolding for you so you can move to that beautiful place of peace and become creative once more, and using those energies to create a better world. Thank you, God, for every prayer request that we have been asked to join together in affirming the highest and best. We proclaim divine order. We proclaim divine love. We proclaim divine healing. Healing of our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and body. Thank you, God, for being the energy that restores us to wholeness. Walk with us this week, God. May we remain humble in heart, and as we come upon another, let us be kind. So it is. Amen. This time, if you have an offering, I invite you to hold it in your hand, and let's give it a big blessing. And again, we thank you. Together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So it is. Let us all rise and do our prayer of protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And with that, We say goodbye to all of you who are online. Thank you for joining us. Know that we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you either here online or with us next week in this beautiful place. God bless you. Go in peace.